giving UCEED, can you give a strategy on how to go with NAT, MSQ, MCQ? Which one to solve first?
I would say it depends totally on you, what you're comfortable with. See, NAT is very, you'll tend to make a lot of mistakes in NAT. You're counting surfaces and it will always be plus minus one. So, and even in MSQ, you need to be very sure which option to not eliminate. I'm not saying to eliminate, to not eliminate. So, these things require a good frame of mind when you're entering the examination hall. Of course, Aditya might be knowing better. He just appeared for the examinations. But I would suggest, see, if you have a positive frame of mind and be confident in what practice you have done, whatever you have learned. If you feel, you are in that stage, go ahead with NAT. But see, why I'm saying you have to be very careful in NAT is you tend to make mistakes because these are, you numerically have to enter answers. If the answer is 121 and you type 120, then you lose marks. And that is plus 4 marks you lose, plus 3 in CEED. So that tends to, up, it can up and down your rank by a large value.
Yeah.
So same goes for MSQ. People tend to make a lot of mistakes. They're getting answer as C, but the answer is really CD. So that is one thing I would like to put forward. If you're comfortable, you think MCQs are one thing I can get rid of them fast, and then I can spend more time in NAT and MSQ. So that is one way to go about it. Or if you think, let me first do the tougher portion and then go to the easier one. That totally depends on you. How I appeared, if the final comment should be how I did it, was I just look at the question. If it would take more than 1 minute, I used to just go for a mark and a review, and I used to come to it later. So first of all, solve every question that I'm very sure about, and in quick succession, do all the easier questions. May it be any sort of a question, and then come back to the difficult ones later. Yeah. That's why the mark and review option always work. So, Aditya, your perspective on this?
Yeah, quite similar to what you said. Like my approach would be almost the same. Like what I tried to is like analyzing questions on how much time it will take to solve that very question. And then if it is going to take a shorter amount of time, just do it. Like doing shorter questions or questions that you already know will give you a sense of confidence, because that is something that you need while you're appearing in the exam, because people are nervous and then they are not sure that whether whatever answer I'm marking is right or not. So just try to do all the questions that you feel that I can do that. It is easier for me to do that, and then in a stepwise manner proceed to the more complex questions and the harder ones. That will help you a lot.
Right. Cool. Thank you, both of you. Last question for today would be. There are questions where you need to be very accurate with the answer. For example, counting surfaces, like Ashish already just mentioned it for as a reference. So, in those type of questions, when you have to be definite with the answer, okay, this is the number of surfaces, and it's often very confusing to be to consider it that fact. So how to go about it? Because sometimes even I used to get just a one number like +1 or -1. So how to go about it?
So what I follow while solving those kinds of questions is I try to sketch like views of a particular, like if some 3D object is given. So I try to draw at least two views of that very particular object, because it will give me a good idea of how many surfaces are there. Like it is better you just don't directly count those surfaces and then go on a particular number. If it is possible for you, try to make views like front view or lateral view, things like that, and then count surfaces. That will surely help you in getting to a particular number. Like it will make you sure that yes, this is some number that I need to enter.
Right. Very cool. Very cool. So now we have 5 more minutes left for this session with Aditya. Aditya, I'll leave these 5 minutes to you. If in case you want to, just suggest some things, like major things to the students, what would that be?
Sanjay, just before that, there is just one question. Regarding math-based questions, calculation take a lot of time. So how to manage them?
For the questions that require calculations, so like the mindset which people have during exam can be a very varied thing. Like some people can be comfortable in a comfortable position to do that, or some might be like I'm not able to do that. Like just try to be calm and do that. And it is okay. Just dedicate some time to the questions that require calculations, but don't dedicate all the time to that. Like if you have 1 hour, divide that to the questions that need calculations and for the other questions. If you are not able to do that within a set time, leave it and attempt those other questions. And if you are left with time, come back to those questions and then solve those questions. That will help you in calming that. And addition to that, whatever calculations you are doing, just try to be relaxed and solve those. Don't do that in a very hurried manner, because there is a high possibility that you do it wrong, because you are in a hurry. So it is okay if it is taking a little more time for you. Just try to be calm and try to solve that, because in that manner, at least you will go to some perfect answer for that.
Right.
Thanks, Aditya.
Okay, so Aditya, I was just saying that, is there anything that from your side, like if you would like to just share 1 or 2 things for the students in the time that we have right now, please go ahead and share your tips or suggestions.
Yeah, I guess most of the tips we have already discussed upon. So, So there's no any additional tips.
Right.
Like, I'll only tell that try to be innovative and think towards problem solving thing. Like whenever you are sketching, even for the time you are sketching, and try to make something that is conceptual, or that is something new. Because if you are trying new things, so definitely you will get new ideas when you generally do that again. Like if I'm trying to build on 10 new concepts or 10 new concept arts or anything like that, so 11th idea when I will start drawing, so it is a high possibility that I'll start thinking that way. So do not try to limit yourselves and just creating a replica or creating a copy of what you see. Try to make some changes towards that. Suppose if you're let's say if I'm drawing a earphone, like for say this headphone, right? So when I'm drawing the exact same thing, I'll maybe you can try for little deformations or little changes into the design, so that how it could be, like if not this, how it could be. Small things like that will help you in coming up with really nice concepts and new ideas. So that is my only suggestion to all of you. Like, don't try to limit yourselves in just drawing by seeing, but also modifying things.
Right.
Like how it can be if it was something like this.
Wow, amazing. That's a really cool suggestion, and thank you so much, Aditya, for joining the session. And I am sure that all of the students who have definitely benefited from this interaction with you. Thank you for clearing all those and answering all those questions for us. And thanks again. Thanks for taking our time.
Thanks, Sanjay. It was a pleasure joining in there.
Thanks, Aditya. Hope to see you later.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Ashish. Thanks, Sanjay, for having me here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Bye-bye.